Welcome to Tune to Life, and today we're going to be talking about marriage. How is it changing? To me, it's changing dramatically. Is it going to become obsolete? We don't know. Is it losing favor? Is it become less popular? We don't know. But we're going to try and to look at that today and look at some reasons why it's not working, because it definitely isn't working anymore.
Definitely.
And people are not really entering that zone. And we're based in London, in the UK.
Okay.
So we're here, that's what we're talking about. We'll talk about anywhere else. We might drop bits about
Especially, yes, yeah,
elsewhere,
that's
but
going
talk
on,
about here in this part of the world, in the West, I
Yeah.
should say. So I want to start off with some stats on that. So we know that I think it's 1 in 2 marriages fail.
That's right, yeah.
And I remember at a time there was 1 in 5 marriages were failing. Then it was 1 in 4, then 1 in 3. And then now 50% of all marriages fail within the first few years.
That's right.
So that tells you something. And the other interesting element of this is, we have to drop this in, is factual, 70 to 80% of all marriages are ended by the woman, the wife. That is interesting.
That is.
Interesting. And then when you start to stack up certain facts with that, it paints a really sort of worrying picture.
Yeah.
So where are men in all of this? We're going to talk about that because oftentimes people talk about what women are doing or not doing and this and that business. And we're going to talk about, for starting off with men in this position. And in that position, I think that men are, I think men are a little confused.
Yes, yeah.
I think they're a little confused because there's not a push anymore for a man to get married. It's something that happens now and again. And we've got to think about this because we have men of different age groups who think differently. That's important. You can't put all men in the same basket.
That's right.
And people do that, and it's ridiculous. Like, people put all women in the same basket, and that's not the case. But what I'm noticing is that, say, older men who are 50 plus, who've been married.
That's right, yeah.
They still believe in the institution
of marriage. That's right, yeah, I'd agree with that.
They still believe in it. But whether they would do it or not is another matter.
Dip their toe in the water again.
Yeah, because a lot of them have been married, divorced, and experienced the adverse effects of getting divorced. And so they're thinking, And
I'm going to come to some stats a bit in that. But
so reconsidering. Some, they say, don't go in the kitchen if you can't stand the heat. So they've done it 2-3 times. That's never matter. But the interesting thing is this, is that men do think differently about marriage than women. 100%. They think differently. I think most men aren't running towards to get married. They're not running. They would like to. Some men would like to get married, have a family, and do those things. But most men don't run into it. Most men don't say, oh, by this time, I want to be married.
It's a different mindset altogether, isn't it?
Different mindset.
Yeah.
I think men are much more pragmatic. They're much more thoughtful about the process, and they try to be careful.
Yeah. More logical, I think I would say.
Yeah, more logical to what they're looking for sometimes.
Yes.
And I think for a lot of guys, if they do meet somebody and they fall in love, then all that logic sort of goes through the window.
Don't know where it goes.
It
disappears.
And then they feel the need, desire to marry a woman.
That's right.
Even though there may be red flags.
Yeah.
Even though there may be red flags, they'll still propose. And think about this. Again, for women who will say, I do, they'll maybe think about it, or in their minds of whether they'd marry that guy or not. But it's more about how that guy may present himself. Maybe he's successful, maybe he's doing okay, he's got a decent job, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
She says yes. But from the time she says yes, the thinking is different between both.
That's right, yeah.
Completely different. Yeah. The guy is thinking, right, where we're going to live, what we're going to do, how I'm going to afford this. money, the practical
That's
elements
of it, yeah.
of what he's going to do and family thereafter is a consideration for him, how he's going to do it practically. For her, it's just the wedding. If it's going to be a year, 18 months, she's thinking, my
Dress,
dress,
the ring.
am I too fat?
Yeah.
Do I need to diet?
That's right, yeah.
My
Yeah,
hair,
that's it, yeah.
the catering, the this, the
That's
that.
right.
It's
Oh, yeah.
all about the wedding for
wedding.
next year. And for him, yes, it's there in his mind, but he's thinking the practical things.
That's right, yeah.
The money, the what's going to happen thereafter, whatever. So two different
definitely.
positions. But think about it. When he proposes and she says yes, he's never seen her so happy. And the fact that she's so happy, he's happy.
That's right, yeah.
Because everything is great now. When they walk together and do stuff, it's great. In the bedroom, it's fantastic. Everything is great for that time.
He's getting the red carpet treatment all day long.
It's fantastic. They're so happy. Until obviously disagreement about what to spend or what to do or whatever it is and so on. Yeah. But generally speaking, it's a fantastic time.
Yeah.
That period, on the day, the honeymoon, and a few months after that, newly married and all the rest of it comes in. But a little further down the line, I say things start to get difficult. The reality starts to set in.
That's right, yeah.
But before we go down that road, let's talk about this thing historically. And I think we need to do that because to see how it's changed. Now, going back, we know that the institution of marriage in the legal framework has only been around for 150, 200 years.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
It's only been around for that long, where it's legally recognized by the state.
That's right, yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Marriage is a concept as a ritual. Has been going on forever.
That's right,
for the longest time.
More kind of transactional, isn't it, before that time?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
But it was still the union of two people. Man and woman. Nowadays, anything.
Yes, yeah.
But at the time, man and woman.
Yeah.
In the eyes of the God that they worshipped.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. So it's more of a spiritual union as well as a practical and financial thing as well.
Necessities in terms
because there's a lot of cultures used to have dowries.
That's it, yeah.
A lot of cultures, and that still remains to some extent now, even to some
degree, yeah.
But it's sort of faded out. But these were dowries. But what used to happen, it was about two people, often, because if you go back far enough, marriages were arranged. They weren't just like, I like her, I like him, and they just met together and got married.
Yeah.
It was often arranged.
And probably perhaps there was some success on the back of that because of the fact they were arranged. More
people
involved.
Marriages now
that
don't work because of that's morphed into something else.
Yeah.
But how it was at that time, going back, we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of years now, going to thousands of years. What would often happen is that a family would arrange that marriage with another family, their two children, and then depending on what they were doing, let's say this family had cows that one had chickens, whatever it is, they would think how would their family work together for that union.
And those resources would be shared together
to some degree. To some degree. So he would say, I want your wife, and therefore he would give over some of his produce or whatever it is that he had for that's a
dowry kind of thing,
to the other family. And they would meet and talk about it, and then the parents would give up their daughter to come and live in his place with his family.
Wow.
Yeah. And then eventually they would have enough to start something of their own.
See, I like that.
And the help from both families to contribute to their home starting.
So that kind of more intergenerational, would you say?
Yeah. So you think about it, at that period of time, you would have, the wife's family would receive money or something, whatever it is, from the husband's family. She would then come over to his. This is all sort of like part of the whole ritual to his family to stay there. Then they would start something on their own. So when the man and wife, start something on their own, both families would give something to start. And oftentimes that would be like produce or this or whatever they had to start. So we'd have something to build on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how it was. But it was a union of families as well.
So you can see the glue, the glue in terms of between both families and sets of families coming together.
Because it was a family thing.
Yeah, that's good.
An investment.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. And so to me, I think that's the idea of it.
Yeah. And I bet the outcomes are very, very, very high in terms of...
Yeah, I mean, divorces happen about how always have been times recorded.
Yeah.
But there were less of them. People stayed together. To work and for the children and this that and whatever. So it was better. And that's how it's remained for hundreds of years.
Wow.
Until we've got into a more sort of modern time. And that's changed. Narratives change dramatically. Where people making their own choices about seeing whoever they liked, meeting people, dating, whatever. But you still had courting.
Yeah.
You see? So you have a situation going back now. For those who are young enough who are not aware of this, there's a time where men courted women. So he may meet her somewhere.
They will not even know what the word courting means.
I know, we break it down. Exactly, true. But a man may meet a woman somewhere and exchange some pleasantries, as they say. Chat her up, in other words. Give her some lyrics.
There you go.
Right? But he couldn't just date her like that.
That's right, yeah.
So they would meet and chat, whatever. But for it to be formal, he would have to somehow be introduced to her parents.
That's right, yep.
Yeah? So she would say, I met somebody, he's very nice, he's a friend, I want to meet him. And then, so he would meet the father, mother, whatever it is. And they would either give the thumbs up or thumbs down as to whether he was a suitable courter for their daughter.
And that's important.
Yeah. So he'd be sort of like screened.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And then if it was okay, they would continue to court. And this wasn't like how it is now. Where, there was no, funny business going on.
No.
Yeah. He would talk to her.
Look and don't touch.
Yeah. And so, because there was a thing here. She wanted to maintain her integrity.
That's right, yeah.
And he wanted her integrity to be maintained, to be intact. Because for him, that was very, very important. Untainted. If you like.
That's right, without a doubt.
And she wanted to know that he was a man of integrity. That he wouldn't go around just
Tom Dick. Yes, that's right. That's it.
Yeah.
There was value to him. Yeah.
There was value. So the values for both parties
that's right.
acting in the right way. Yeah. So then he would woo her, flatter her. She would show that she's of, good standing, good nature.
That's right.
And that she had potential and she could do things. Yeah. She was practically minded in that sense. She would, she could cook and do this and do that. And she would demonstrate to do these things. But the thing is, what I think was good at that time was the fact that the essence of, and I've got to give some time frame on this. We're talking probably about, the 18th, 19th, early 20th century.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Although there's a big fat caveat with that, and that is the fact that there were people who didn't behave in a particular way, who always bent the rules, and who were doing what they were doing.
To do, okay.
Yeah, just to get that clear. It wasn't perfect.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't perfect by any standards. Wasn't perfect. So you had all sorts of things going on as well, to make it clear. So before people jump and say, oh, no, you're saying it was perfect. No, it wasn't perfect.
No.
Things were going on. But generally speaking, there was a standard that everyone tried to adhere to. Yeah. And I think that was a good thing.
Yeah.
That was a good thing. Because it meant that men were seeking the woman who wasn't throwing it around, and you couldn't throw it around then because you were policed by your parents.
That's right.
Policed by your peers, policed by, if you're a man, by the men,
Yeah.
you're policed by the women. You couldn't really
That's right.
do that.
So more responsibility, more accountability on all parties and stuff like that. So
absolutely,
very important.
absolutely.
Very, very important.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
So you found families when the man and woman would get together and be married. When the families, the families or the children were brought up in a household that was stable.
That's right.
Stable.
Yeah.
Mum and dad are always going to be there. They're part of the furniture.
Gotcha.
And it makes a part of their world.
Yeah.
And that's how, generally speaking, it was. And that carried on in vogue.
Yeah.
Now, moving right on from there to more modern times, the last, sort of 60 years, 70 years, we've seen that eroded. Because I remember at a time where you would hear old people, married for 60 years, married for 70 years, their diamond wedding anniversary, gold, platinum.
Yeah, my grandparents had their ruby anniversary, and I remember we had a big thing in a big hall with it, and it was a magical moment, in terms of two people being together for 40 years at that time.
40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70. I mean, it was like, wow. And you hear people, and I remember as a kid, you're thinking, wow, that's a long time.
I know.
And it's a long time. And yes, some people, that they've been together for as long as dust. Yeah, they've been together for as long as dust.
Beginning of time.
But they were there.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think there was something in that. And then the narrative started to change. And I remember when this narrative started to change. I remember this.
Okay, go on.
You would find there was on TV, media in general, there were obviously people that were unhappy. There were people that were being abused in long-term
relationships. Okay,
couldn't get out of it.
Yeah,
there was that going on, which is terrible, horrendous. And there was a narrative, I believe, from the feminist camp, pushing that these marriages were redundant and women were often subjugated, repressed, abused in these long-term marriages, and that it should be easier for them to get out. And they were stating that, huge numbers of women needed to escape from this thing, and how this old institution of marriage is patriarchal and we need to find ourselves. And the essence of individualism really started to, gather momentum.
I see. Okay, it's funny you say that.
That's what I saw.
Okay.
So, and even as a young guy, I said, well, I don't see that.
It's quite interesting.
Maybe you can say, but that's because you're a man. Fair enough. But I didn't see that.
Yeah.
There were some people, you heard of some people, where some guys were horrible. Horrible. And those women did find it hard to get out of. 100% to those marriages. But is that any different to today?
No, there's no difference. There's no difference at all.
So, but my point is, there were a lot of people that were happy. There were people that, think about it. There were people that were, married for years, and sometimes a woman would go through menopause, and sometimes it'd be not great.
Yeah.
And the guy would make comments on it and make jokes about it.
Yeah.
But they were together.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for the family, for the kids to see the parents
that model and understand that. Blueprint, that template.
And how the man manages that. Anyway, this changed.
Yeah.
It changed. And I think when it changed, society changed. I think everything started to degrade, fragment from that. Because, as I said, that narrative came, I think, from that feminist camp. That's my belief. Now, I could be wrong, but I think there is a camp. And it really started to, I think, lay the foundations for younger women to think differently about marriage, to focus on career. Focus on, which is great.
Yeah.
Getting their career, traveling, doing what they want to do, all that sort of stuff. But there is a price to pay. Now, I believe that there are going to be some women, always be some women, who will look at their career as the most important thing for
in their
them.
life, yeah.
And that's good for them. That's their choice. But then I think there are a lot of women who get swept up with this narrative in thinking, oh, that's what I should be doing to show that I'm a go-getter, to show that I'm worthy of it
doing
all.
that. That's right. That's right.
And so they would run after their career. Not really wanting to.
Yeah.
Not really wanting to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Running after a career, working really hard, studying, doing this, doing that, you name it, but not really wanting to. So going to uni, getting a degree, doing a high-flying job, but the biological clock ticks in, thinking, I want babies. Yeah. I want a baby. I want a family. I want a home. But thinking, oh, no, I'll get that another time. Right. Later on, I've got to push for my career now. And then being really unhappy in the process.
Yeah. I think though, Andrew, there is a narrative though that I think that, you know, women saying, well, you can have it all. You don't have to have just one thing.
Saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That the thing is that they but the point for some, what I'm trying to say is some women get swept up in that narrative. Yeah. You can have it all.
That's right.
When really their biological clock is ticking and they want to have a family, they want to settle down, but they push that to one side.
That's right, yeah.
Repress that because they need to do this.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
That's what everyone else is doing.
That's right.
And peer pressure is tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, peer pressure. Yeah. We know what peer pressure's like. Yeah. For guys and whatever. Yeah. Guys are, have you got a job? What are you doing? Are you making it? You driving that car? You got this, you got that, you know? Yeah. And you're running with it when you may think, well, is that really important to me?
Yeah.
You know? So I think women fell into that trap also. And as time went on, they get into their 20s and 30s, they think, oh, you know what? I've got a really great job. It takes up all my time and all my energy, but I'm really not happy.
Yeah.
And they've not spent time working on themselves and think about, well, I need to get married, or I want to get married, or want to have children.
Yeah.
So then the children element comes like a tick box exercise.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to have children by this time. I'm going to have children by that time. Really? Hold on. Yeah. How do you know that the man is going to do that? You see?
Well, first of all, no, definitely.
Yeah. How do they know the man's going to do that? So they meet this guy.
That's right.
He seems all right. And then what often happens, they don't sit down and plan, well, let's have children. She just stops taking the pill for some women because she wants that baby.
That's right, yeah.
So she says to the guy, I'm pregnant. He sits there like a rabbit caught in headlights, thinking, oh, what do I say? Oh, that's great. But inside,
the fear of like what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
You know, and he's just really worried.
That's right.
But he tries to do the right thing. Then he thinks to himself, right, need to do the right thing, and hold on. But are the two people compatible?
No, they haven't even gone through that, have they? Really,
are they compatible? Because what they've been doing so far is, you know, meeting up for dinners, you know, spending the night here and there, having a bit of sex, just going movie theatre, holidays, just doing those nice things.
Yeah, the nicety things,
But they don't know what it's like to be together.
That's
so
right.
What happens? She gets pregnant. They think, oh, got to try to make it work now. So either she moves in with him or he moves with her, or whatever. And when they move in together, they realize, oh my God.
It's a car crash.
Yeah.
I don't want any of this.
Ain't working.
That's right, yep.
And so arguments ensue because they've got completely different value points.
That's right.
Because remember, the relationship at the beginning was set on pleasurable things. That's what they know of each other.
That's right.
Pleasurable things.
Yeah.
Yeah?
There's no in-depth kind of understanding about things.
Because this is the other side of it, right? Well, I'm going to go into. You see, there is something really important about that courting stage. Something really, really, really important about the courting stage, right? And you get to, I mean, in terms of what's happening right now, because there's so much to unpack with this, and I've got to stop talking about it from my era. I'm talking it as now. Now, there is no courting stage. People don't get to know the other person. There's no knowledge of that person.
Yeah, there's no due diligence, is there, done?
No, there's no knowledge.
Yeah.
People will hook up to do something, to either go somewhere, experience something, and the sex comes with as part of that package.
Okay, so it's almost like a holiday package that you got going on there, isn't it?
Yeah, just there's no getting to know.
No, okay.
So look at it. When you had the courting period, they spent time together. I mean, quality time.
Yeah.
So they may meet in the afternoon, right? As I used to be, like 30 odd years ago, whatever it is. Meet up, go out and do something, spend time together, talk.
That's right.
Remember, there's not social media.
That's right, yeah.
You're not looking at your phone.
So you usually be talking to each other.
You're just talking.
to each other, yeah. Getting to know each other. And
remember, back then, you could be chatting to a girl for hours. Hours and hours. Talking about everything from nothing to something to whatever it is. But you get to know each other. And then, during that courting phase, a guy may go by a house and then see her doing stuff, because you weren't just sitting there.
That's right, yeah.
She might have to do things or prepare things or do this. So you know, oh yeah, no, she can cook.
That's right, yes. Getting a sense of what she's about.
This, that business, whatever it is. Da, 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 da. Maybe as he sees her family, dad's doing something in the garden or something. He's, I'll give you a hand. So that's thinking, oh, he's pretty handy. He can make stuff and do stuff. So their family's getting a sense of who he is.
That's right, yeah.
And his family is getting a sense of who she is.
That's right.
So there's an understanding there that
that's right, yeah.
There's a compatibility, and that he gets to know her, she gets to know him. So when they get together, there are no huge surprises. There's no huge surprises waiting for her or for him.
That's important, I think.
Yeah. And then now, they're cat in a box up. Yeah. There's huge surprises, because when they get together, they live together, he's untidy, throws his stuff everywhere. She's untidy. Neither can cook or do anything. Right? So the house is not as they may like it, or she tries, or he doesn't try, or he tries, she doesn't try. It's just a car crash. And the thinking as well. Because remember, now you have this thing. There's a degree, I think back then, in my humble opinion, there's a degree of natural sacrifice, that women had. Women had this sense of sacrifice and nurture and so on that used to happen. Men had that degree of sacrifice too that would happen. So, for example, let's say if the guy was working, and I'm going back quite a long while ago now, maybe 70 years ago, and maybe he wanted overtime, didn't get the overtime he needed, or doing something, and the money's not there. So maybe he needs a pair of shoes at work, or maybe it's this or it's that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't worry about that, because he has to put food on the table.
So that's his first priority. Okay. Yeah.
His first priority is maintaining the house.
That's right, yeah.
So he would do that. Or he would work serious overtime
to kind of achieve.
He'd be sick, but he would do it. Because that is a responsibility.
And sacrifice, as you just said. As we said, yeah.
To keep the household going. So both parties, both men and women, were paying sacrifice and whatever it is. Now,
it's very selfish now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very selfish now. I think now people, that's why that idea of union of marriage, it can't work.
Yeah.
Because neither party
wants to kind of do anything.
Yeah, you're whispering on the other
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Neither wants to do anything.
That's right.
So, that's what I think. That's why I don't think it works. I think it works for the celebratory thing. For people going, it's great. But after
that period of time, it doesn't really. And I think that's back that. I think that's back that.
Because when the honeymoon period is over.
Well,
When, like, for example, cost of living crisis hits, money issues, where's the sacrifice?
right.
She thinks, oh, I want this.
Yes.
Why should I do without? I want this and I want that. He says, well, I want this and I want that. Why should I do without? There's no sacrifice in there. Yeah. And in terms, the biggest one, in terms of when they have children. Where's the sacrifice there with the children? Because we often see that we work in where we see children not getting the time.
Yes, and attention.
They may have the items and money, but
the nurturing,
no time.
That's right. Very much so.
Yeah, no time. Because mum, dad, whoever it is, dad's too busy on Xbox.
That's right.
Child's on Xbox. Mum's on whatever, Snapchat or this, whatever.
Yeah.
No one's got the time. The two parents have time for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all that's going on.
Yeah.
And that individualism is pushed all the time. I want. I remember speaking to people and the way they speak about, I want this, I want that. They never say we.
That's right.
And that's an interesting thing. Years ago, you'd hear, particularly, women would talk about, and it's very interesting. I think now and again you'll hear it, but certainly you used to hear back in the day people say, yeah, we went on holiday, we did this, we did that naturally.
Yeah.
But oftentimes you hear people say, yeah, I went here, I went there, I went on holiday here, I did this,
That's right.
A lot of the time. I want, I would like to have. It's all about I now. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And we have a situation where how it stands, where women are in a position now, younger women, not old women, that if they're not getting what they want,
it's done.
Move on, get something else.
Yeah.
There is no sense of, let me try and, what am I contributing to me not getting what I want from that relationship? What am I doing that's not allowing that to happen? There's no conversation there. What am I doing? How can I make it better? What does he want? How can I contribute to that? No, it's like, I'm not getting one. Go on. Next one, please. Next one. And guys are not ending it because the stats are 78% or more are initiated by women. And also in terms of relationships, more women break up relationships than guys do.
And I think there's something in there, because I think that if you get into a situation where you're breaking up relationships, but actually there's no accountability in terms of that, there's no kind of foresight or kind of reflection about, well, actually what was my part in that, then actually that this cycle just repeats itself, doesn't it? Just ongoing, on and on.
Guy after guy. Just mounting up. And then what seems to be happening is that women get to a point where they're unhappy because they're thinking, well, then they say the words, there are no good guys out there.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
It's all crap. Yeah. Because they're not thinking, well, what did they do to contribute?
That's right.
If the same thing keeps happening,
that's right.
Is it just about your choice of men? Is it about something that you're doing? Is it your mindset?
That's right, yeah, that's right. All of these things that actually they're not able to evaluate at this time.
And then for guys, I've got to think, well, if I keep going girl after girl, what is it that I'm doing?
That's,
what is it should be looking for? Yeah. And it goes back to that old school thing, doesn't it? And that will never come back though.
You know what though?
They will never come back.
Yeah.
I mean, I say that.
Yeah.
Like courting, whatever. But I'm a great believer. Guys, I'm a great believer in that. You know, what was will never be.
Okay.
Yeah, what was will never be again. Because it's happened, it's done, that phase gone. It's about where things are going now.
Yeah. And you know what though? I think though that I think when I look at the kind of the older generation, I mean I think they've got a lot of wisdom, knowledge that to pass down to, I think, the younger generation.
It doesn't get passed down because the narrative is different now. We just said that.
Yeah.
The narrative is different. the narrative for now, the narrative is different. It's all about individualism, the idea of the feminist, postmodern feminist ideology in that process. That's what I believe. And yes, I think it served its purpose in terms of, having people sort of liberate themselves in a way that they can get a career, get a job, do things that they want to do. That's been a good thing. But
the consequence,
I think there's a consequence of doing that without the accountability.
That's right.
And I think that this new notion takes away accountability. If you do X, it's going to impact on Y. And that's not taken into consideration. If you spend all your time chasing a job, think about it, yeah? If you spend all your time as a young lady chasing a career, and it's hugely competitive out there.
It is.
Hugely competitive. Companies are always restructuring. So you always have to be on top of your game to make sure that you can keep your job every 2-3 years, reapply for your part, all that sort of stuff, right? So it's hugely competitive. If you're living on your own, you've got to deal with all the bills yourself, everything that's coming in, and so on. So it is difficult, right? But then if you get caught up into this vacuum of I, me, then that's where the danger lies, because then there's something else inside of you saying, it'd be nice to be with somebody, it would be nice to share my time, my life. And you hear a lot of people saying, well, yeah, it's come to life now, I want to find a companion and share this. I mean, like a pen pal. It doesn't work.
That way,
It doesn't work, because what happens is that when they meet somebody and they really like that person, there's a contradiction in facts now, because they're pushing their career, they really like that person, something starts to happen. Yeah? Biological clock kicks in, they feel this is the one, this is the right guy, maybe, right? So what's going on here? They then try to juggle creating a family
with
hardcore job.
That's right,
The pressure of all that. He's already doing that, because men have always done that from the beginning. Men's workplace is always very competitive. Men have always had to compete and work and push, always, right? That's comes part of the process for a man. Now, he's doing that, she's doing that. There's a vacuum in the middle.
That's right.
What's going on there?
Yeah.
There's no time. She's too knackered.
That's right.
Yeah? He's stressed. She's knackered.
That's right.
Relationships start to fall apart. And lo and behold, if they have children,
no, that just makes it. I mean, that just makes it 10 times worse. That's right.
You see,
that's right.
And she's saying, "I want this. I want that. I want this. He thinks, "Oh my God, it's demand."
That's right.
Pressure breaks. Boom, gone.
That's
it's over again. It's the same thing over and over again. And I think that, So what's happening now is that marriage is becoming less and less. Less people are entering it, because there's the other side to this as well. When a man is married, right, or has been, so after the older generation, slightly older, and let's say he has a house before he meets the lady. And he marries her. Maybe she is renting. Or
it's the other,
maybe she's renting.
Yeah.
He has a house where she's renting. She's doing well.
Yep.
He's doing okay. And then he says, well, okay, let's move in. Moves her into his house. Now, let's say he's still paying for the mortgage, but let's say he's got a lot of equity in the house.
Yeah.
Just for argument's sake.
Yeah.
Let's say the house is worth, I don't know, 100 grand. Let's pretend.
Okay.
Pretend numbers. 100 grand. He's got 60% equity in the house. So that's a fair deal.
Yeah.
Fair deal. Fair bit of equity in the house. And They're together. She moves in, and a baby comes 2 years later, right? So he's working and it's okay. It's not too bad. But with the way this new narrative works, problems ensue.
That's right.
Within 3 years or so, and so on. Baby's there. They try to keep it going. Can't work. What happens now? The arguments, people change. When there's difficulties, people change. Irrespective of whose fault it is.
That's right, yeah.
So then, I want to get into some of this, unpack some of these other things now. Then, let's unpack it now. We'll use it with this experience now, because I think you can put some stats in there.
Okay.
So, what happens is that, and this is a scenario, guys. It's a scenario. We're painting a pretend hypothetical scenario. So he's got equity in the house, quite a lot of it.
That's right.
He moves her in. 2 years later, baby comes. 2 years after that, problems really start to
out the door. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Right. So, what happens? First thing happens, sex stops. Right? Sex stops. Problems start happening, sex stops.
It's a drought.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to get to it. There's no way you can't go around corners. Women don't understand. They really don't understand this, don't get it. That the way in which a man communicates with a woman, and I've heard women talk about it, but they sort of on the right point, but they don't really get it. Men will, whether they realize or not, are territorial. And when they're with a woman and committed to that woman is an extension of themselves.
Oh, that's right.
It is an extension. So that is why some men will be funny if another man touches.
Yeah.
Because it's like another man touching him.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And men, we don't do touching. Never just come on and touch a guy, start stroking his arm. What are you doing? Generally speaking, that's how we are. We don't. So if a man starts touching, hold on. And so you can say yes. You could say, oh, that's because you think a woman's your possession. No, not that. Because it's an extension of yourself. That's how men operate, whether you like it or not. Now, when he can't have sex because she doesn't want to and rejects him, now there'll be different reasons why. Maybe, I don't know, who knows, menopause, or maybe she is unhappy with the way things are.
That's right.
So she needs to have that emotional connection before she can do that. We understand that.
Yeah.
But in rejecting him, he feels that rejection, so he can't connect with her.
Displace. That's right. Yeah.
So in that disconnect, there is space.
That's right.
And when a man is pushed away and that space is created abnormally, he is distant from her. And distance means a disconnection. And I'm going over this in a very repetitive way. The guy starts to think, well, hold on, what's going on here? Is she messing around?
Yeah.
Has she fallen out of love with me? Does she not want me anymore? What's the situation here? Now, you got to add various factors in this. If the guy looks after himself, physically fit, if he's, quite an attractive guy, he's looking at this and, hold on, what is going on here? Yeah. And if he's got a healthy libido, that's a recipe for disaster, what the woman's response is. It's a recipe for disaster, but she doesn't see that. It's a ticking time bomb, right? Ticking time bomb. Because now his brain's doing 1,000 miles an hour. What's going on? So every time he approaches her, says, look, what's going on? Let's talk about it. And he's trying to do things to reassure her. Yeah. She's pushing, no, I don't want. He's thinking like, what's going on? So then now arguments get worse. It starts escalating. And then he withdraws. because he tries a few times, then men withdraw. They completely withdraw.
That's right. That's right.
He starts ignoring her. She gets upset, and even more upset now.
That's right.
What's going on there? What's going on there? And then you can see what's happening now. Now, she's created that space because she's unhappy. It started out with a situation where she was unhappy.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
It's got worse now because he's withdrawn
right.
and not trying anymore. Right. And she's like, well, whatever. Hey, listen, it is. What's going on now? And if he's a relatively okay guy, he'll be at work, wherever it is. Now, there could be a girl at work that quite likes him.
That's right, yeah.
And whatever. So he's going for that rejection period. The girl at work has always liked him. He may think, well, no, I'm not entertaining. I'm not going to cheat my wife. I'm not going to entertain that. I'm not entertaining that. But what happens is that sexual frustration starts to build. Starts to build. And if he does entertain it, it's not because he fancies that girl. Not because he wants that girl. Because that sexual frustration and that frustration in that marriage builds, he may do something to escape it. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying that's how things happen.
Yeah.
So if she finds out, she thinks, oh, he cheated on me.
He's having an affair, that's right.
But she understands she's created that landscape for that to happen. She doesn't see the connection.
That's right, yeah.
She just sees his action as a one of betrayal, but doesn't see that she created that
situation, yeah.
And what needs to happen is she needed to have kept the dialogue going with the guy and saying, I'm not in a great place at the moment. And if she does still love him, reassure him, say, well, yeah, I still love you. I still want it there, but I just need to get through this and I need to work this thing through with you. That would be what you would need. Yeah, but a lot of women don't do that.
No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen.
Yeah. And that drought period where there's a sexist situation could go on for a day, a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, whatever it is. And it depends on the guy. You know, how, like I said, if his libido is not that great, then he can manage it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he's not a guy that's attractive to other women, he can manage that. But if he's a guy that looks after himself, he's got a good, healthy libido, whatever it is, that's hard to deal with.
Yeah.
That's hard to deal with. And because it's not just about the sex. It's about the connection to the other person. So there's so much going on in there. You might say, well, because the guy's weak, that's why he'll do it. No, not necessarily. If he loves his wife and she rejects him and pushes him away, that has a deep-rooted psychological effect on men. And men have that sensitivity.
No, they definitely do.
Men have that sensitivity that women don't understand. So piece of slab of rock. Men have that deep sensitivity. And when you're rejected by your wife, whom you love, that's a big thing. That's a huge thing. And that's where we connect. So I think that in itself creates a problem. And imagine that now. They break up. So he might have been rejected in that situation. They break up. All right? Now she says, you need to move out. That's originally his house.
That's right, yeah.
So he goes maybe to his parents' house or goes stay somewhere else. She decides, no, that's the end now. That's the end. So the child's in the house that he bought.
That's right, yeah.
In there. He starts to pay for it.
Yeah.
That child could be 4 or 5. Now, she's not coming out of that house until
that child is 6.
The child is not 18.
18.
Not 16.
Wow.
You get 16. 18. Adult. Yeah, the child's 18. And if that child goes to college or uni,
he still has to.
For longer. So he's thinking, now, what do I do for the next so many years? See?
That's right.
So he's got bitten really hard. And that's the accountability element to it that women don't have to think about. Yeah? Remember, there's 60% equity in the house. The mortgage has come down. She may have only contributed for 2 years.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Or 4 years. He may have that mortgage for 25 years and been Do you see what I'm saying?
No. I hear that. Yeah, no, I hear that. It's I know. I hear that.
So the point is that there may be a lowish mortgage. That, let's pretend that the mortgage is like £500, but she's earning quite a bit. So she's in a great position.
That's right now.
In a house.
That she's
And then when they come to sell, he's got to give her
that's right. Half of that. That's right.
And the thing is, if she says, "Well, no, I'm not selling the house. I don't want the house to be sold." What are you going to do? And if you do sell the house, half of it or there has to go to her, which she didn't contribute to for half.
Yeah.
So my point is, in the grand scheme, and then not just that, in terms of he may have a decent pension going on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That pension will have to go to her
too.
Part of it to her. So my point is, there's accountability.
Yeah.
Men are beginning to realize marriage isn't a great deal for me. I'm not really going to be, if it was fair.
Yeah.
But it's not fair. There's no part of that that is fair.
Yeah.
So he thinks, well, you know what? It's not for me. So guys are not proposing.
So it's
not proposing.
It's interesting.
So we got some sticks.
It's interesting you said that actually, Andrew, because I was looking and there was a podcast that I came across, and it was so the guy was from America, so just to give you some context, and what he was saying is that due to some kind of some research, he was saying that basically men were coming out of marriages divorced, and basically they were skyrocketing in terms of suicide rates. So as a result of that, what he was saying is that men were obviously distraught, and now we're thinking that really marriage, for me to be married, was a good thing. So actually we're going to now be the ones that are going to be front rolling, not say front rolling, but kind of the ones that are going to be pursuing marriage. That's what he was saying.
That's bloody rubbish. You know, it's rubbish. You know, that is absolute rubbish.
And I was like, really?
Listen, in America, we know from the stats coming out there and from the podcast coming up there, men are not pursuing women.
I know, it's crazy.
There was a woman posted something online. She had set up a speed dating event.
Okay.
80 women attended. No men. Not one man was in that room. And these women said, well, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
And what women are finding out there is that men are not approaching women.
That's right.
They're not approaching women the same way.
Yeah.
The same thing is starting to happen here.
Yeah, that's right. Very much
because what you're finding is that there is a confusion. And obviously it differs depending on the age range.
Yeah.
Right? Must make that clear. It differs depending on the age range. Guys are not approaching women because no one wants to be seen as a predator. Yeah. And this term predator has been used so loosely all the time. And yes, there have been guys. We all know there are guys that are like, they need to slap some of them. Yeah. Because they are like predators. Some of them are like predators. Yeah. There are some guys but thank God they are in the tiny minorities.
Yeah.
But the decent guys do not want to be put in the same basket as those idiots.
Definitely.
And so what's happening now, men are not approaching women. They're not approaching them.
Yeah.
So the situation is that, and some of them are really aggressive, even if you smile, what are you smiling for? What are you looking for? Whoa. You don't want to make eye contact.
I hear that.
And some women, you notice their face is so
contorted,
like, what are you looking at me for?
I know. Like you offended them already. I know.
Yeah. So guys are, whoa. But this is the catch. A lot of them are wondering why they're not being approached.
Yeah.
They're wondering why guys aren't. So they're trying to find somebody and can't. So when it comes to dating and marriage, whatever it is, they're going online to these dating sites, to find somebody and realizing there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Guys are coming off those sites. Because what's happened, they're getting catfished a lot of time by putting up a picture of a woman and they're turning up. And more women are doing that than guys.
Yeah.
More women are doing that than guys.
Wow.
They're putting up pictures. Because I speak to guys, they're saying they're going on these sites. Women put a beautiful picture up and they turn up and that woman is partially obese. And does not look like the picture that's on there.
I know, it's crazy.
And they're getting fed up with that.
Yeah.
Or the woman will say, yeah, I am 46. And there's like close to 70. Yeah? So people get fed up and they think, oh, you know what, no problem. They come off it. So women are thinking, well, oh, hold on here. They can't find a guy.
That's right.
It's hard.
That's right.
And because this narrative that they've followed through isn't working.
Yeah.
So again, with younger people, if they will meet because they're doing something. Like if they're in college or in uni or whatever, they'll meet that way because there's a social situation that occurs for them to meet and talk. But generally speaking, for the greater populace, they're not really meeting the same way. Because remember, nightclubs don't really exist as much anymore.
Definitely.
Right? You have bars and places. But these groups of girls are going to bars.
Yeah.
And they're dressing up looking nice. But guys aren't approaching them because they're looking for a particular type of guy. A guy that's going to spend a lot of money. Guys aren't stupid. They think, well, hold on. You want me to spend a lot of money on you. I don't even know you. You don't even know who I am. You're not spending time to get to know me. You just want to know my wallet. So that's breaking down quickly. So there is a real huge disconnect. And so the idea, the situation of marriage, I think it's going to disintegrate. I'll give it a number of years. I think it's going to get less and less and less. So you any stats on that now on the marriage? You found it?
No, not so much. It's more. It was more in relation to us just looking at more the situation in terms of where things are now. In terms of you're talking about the homeless situation. It's not the homeless thing. So you're talking about men in terms of being in a situation where they're in bed sits and stuff like that. So I was looking at more about that.
I mean, oftentimes men have to restart, don't they? They get bitten really badly. And when they sit down and reflect and look at it, and they realise, well, now they've got a child, and they know they need to take care of their child, and they realise, hold on here, I'm got to pay for my child, I'm doing that, but then I've got to also look after the house, pay this, pay that, and also live somewhere.
That's right.
And they can't see how they can get out of that economic trap.
Plus, and I think that,
take that a little further. When they come to date again, sometimes they think very carefully about that. They just want a companion.
Yeah.
They just want someone just to do stuff with. They don't want anything serious.
And that, yes, right.
No, but that's older men. Yeah. But to the younger guys, it's a whole different ball game. They're not entering. Younger men and young women aren't entering that ball game because girls are looking about enjoying themselves, getting out there, having fun, experiencing the world, which is all good. Guys are enjoying themselves. So the idea of living together, cohabiting, whatever,
it's not happening.
It's not really happening. And if it does happen, it's short-lived.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, take that further again. Is anybody going to go and bend his knees to marry? Not really. It's a dying thing. In the West, it's a dying thing.
And one of the things actually that I was looking at just really quickly actually was I was thinking about how many households. We look at UK and we're thinking about kind of in terms of people that are in relationships or in marriage. We could talk specifically about marriage. How many people are actually in that place where they're like, you know what, I can't really do this anymore. I kind of want to go, but actually I kind of feel stuck in this place.
Yeah, because economically they're stuck.
They're stuck.
So they could be in a situation of marriage or cohabiting where financially they can't
do anything. I know, it's mad.
That's a whole nother ball game. Again, that's to do with cost of living. and the
Definitely.
way how things are expensive at the minute.
Definitely.
That's another one. When we do another show on that
Well,
one,
okay.
'cause we've run out of the time.
Okay.
But there is so much to cover.
Yeah.
It's such a big topic, and we know we have not done this justice in this time round. And we're to cover so many aspects of this. But it's just where we're going as a society. And the worrying thing is that, individuals make up sort of families, and families make up society. And if there are no families, then society will suffer as a result. And what will happen to society if families don't exist and families are sort of crumbling, aren't they? So, yes, that's another show. We'll take that a little further because it is something to consider. And maybe there is something to be said of these traditional values. Anyway, that's something to be explored on another occasion. But now, thanks for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment as well. Your comments on what you think is real, your experiences, or whatever it is. But thanks very much. Bye.
Bye-bye.